Before you can begin accepting live donations with Nucleus Giving, you need to activate your processing account. So we recommend getting started with submitting your digital application for that as soon as you can. Now, don't worry, the application process is not overwhelming. In fact, it's super easy to fill out all the information needed directly within your Nucleus Giving dashboard, and you can track your progress as you go along right in there. Plus, we have a complete step-by-step guide that you can follow linked in the description below if you have any questions along the way. Now, importantly, it typically takes 5 to 7 business days to get fully activated to accept digital donations after you submit your processing application. So if you're anxious to get your account activated as quickly as possible, let's walk through how to make that happen right now. Let's begin with where to access your financial account, because while you'll manage much of your giving data in the Nucleus Giving product directly, there is a separate financial account area in your church settings where you'll submit your processing account application. So let's head there. You'll notice the first item in the application checklist here is to make sure your email address is verified. This is important because it helps to secure your account and make sure that we can deliver important information to you about your processing account status. Now, for many of you, this might already be done, and that's because when you initially created an account for Nucleus, we send you an email to verify it. So go check your inbox for an email from hello@nucleus.church to verify your email address. If you don't find it quickly, you can always resend yourself a new verification email by clicking this link. Once that step's complete, you'll now be able to start filling out your application. And there are 3 major components of information required. Number 1, church information. This is your legal physical address, legal name, tax ID, etc. Number 2, account signers information. And this is for someone real on the other side of the processing account that can legally represent your organization and sign for major changes like deposit account, etc. And typically this is the same person who's on your church's bank accounts, credit cards, or signs other legal and financial documents for your church. And then number 3, deposit account. This is your church's bank account information. So our card processor knows what bank account to deposit funds into. And for almost every church, this should be a checking account. Now, like we mentioned, the typical timeline from the moment you submit your application to when we send you the good news that your processing account is fully active is about 5 to 7 business days. And while we desire for a speedy turnaround time, and we're always working with our processing partners to make the process even faster, here's a bit of a breakdown of why you cannot immediately begin taking in online donations. First, we review your application to make sure everything looks correct. And we might ask you a question or two for clarification purposes to protect your church and our platform. And then second, once we approve your application, we submit it to our processing partner, who then reviews your application in even further detail to detect and prevent fraud, as well as ensure there are no errors or anomalies. And then if you have any questions, we'll confer with you to provide them with the necessary info or updates. Again, this is all fairly similar to other financial account openings where there is verification processes involved. And then finally, once our processor approves your application, we can immediately activate your account so you can start accepting donations. Of course, we strive to provide updates along the way, particularly if there's any delay, but if you're ever wondering how far along the review process is, feel free to give us a shout at hello@nucleus.church. Bottom line, we're confident that you'll be able to complete your processing application with ease, but if you are curious about tips on how to reduce any extra questions that we or our card processor may ask after you've submitted your application, we've put together a complete step-by-step detailed guide on what's required for processing your application. You can access that in the description below or find it on your own anytime by visiting nucleus.church/guide.